Hey all, and welcome back to Pokemon Blue. Once again, I was rushing to get to the game and get the stream started, and I forgot to turn on the mic. But it's okay. I think we're all set to go. So, yeah. More training. More cave training. I'm gonna try and get two of the other most stubborn Pokemon to evolve. Rhyhorn and Ponyta. We'll see how that works out. But you know what? I think maybe I should go back to the, maybe I should go back to the S video, because this looks pretty funky. I'm gonna tweak settings for a second. Hang on. The switches are just like buried deep inside this case. It's hard to reach it. I don't know, man. It all looks the same to me. Kind of fuzzy, and there's like lots of visual noise. It'll have to do. Man. I guess it'd be kind of remiss not to, address the elephant in the room. Is that, the, Queen Elizabeth II's passing today. I don't really have anything to say about it, just acknowledge that that is the thing that has happened. I don't know. I can't say I have strong feelings about it either way. I'm sure people living in Britain, or otherwise more connected to political goings-on, will be more, invested in that. But yeah, I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like now that I've said something, it's like, what else do I say? Oh, poor Nahabra. I don't know. It's not really my place to say anything else, I guess. That's what I'll say. So here we are playing Pokemon. Once again, I did not spend any time off-stream leveling up anybody, even though I should have. But I'm gonna do the same thing I did last week, which is, only the first half is dedicated to the really slow leveling Pokemon, so we can get some faster leveling in the second half. I'm gonna, like, let Renaplos and Sun Kirin take a nap halfway into the stream, and we'll train up some Pokemon that take less time. That was a bad idea. Okay. So, I'll have to get one of my flying Pokemon out of the box. But I think I'll finally go buy some antidotes, for crying out loud, because they're cheap, and it's too annoying to have to keep doing this. Hypno's the worst! But we're back here. We're back here at Cerulean Cave. It's like training underneath a waterfall or something. We go to the most dangerous part of the world, deep in the cold, forbidding caves, to train our Pokemon. Dang it, I don't have anybody in this box. Let's find... It's time to play Find the Bird. And I clicked the same box again. It's America's favorite game show. What Pokemon are inside box number 6? You'll have to look in to find out. Hey, there's Hypnoc. Good sturdy Hypnoc. At some point I'll have to train up some of them, some of the red team. And go fight the Elite Four. Fight the Elite Four. Hang on, is the Pokédex number correct? Oh, it is, 110. Awesome. Right, we got some 1 stone, 2 stone, 3 stone evolutions to go. Doug Trio, right? Persian and Golduck. Okay, those are not Golduck takes a long time, doesn't it? Golduck takes a long time. There's another stone. I think Poliwhirl is a trade evolution. And yeah, we should trade up Abra and Machop. Tentacruel. Graveler is another trade. Magnemite into Magneton. We have a lot of training to do, huh? Oof, especially at the bottom of the list. And for the life of me, I don't remember any of the levels, so it's just going to be kind of... I'm just going to make an educated guess as to which Pokemon are less frustrating to have to train up. How many's 99? Let's get a nice multiple of... Let's get a nice power of 2 amount. We'll get 16. I seem to recall that part of Brock Through Walls was that you had to have a multiple of like you had to have 16 growls, I think, in one of the item slots. I never learned why that works that way. Ah, crap, I gotta change box again, I forgot. Are you in here? Beatrix. Alright, let's get back out there and put my Pokemon to hard work. Oh, I need a bike. And Antidote can go up a little higher. Nope. Go on. Oh, that's fine. It's fine where it is. Where'd my bike go? Oh, there it is. I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, we're going back to Cerulean Cave. I'm getting really familiar with the cave. The cave that next to the Blue Town. Blue Town Tunnel. Blue Cave. It's a cave, it's a blue. Unless you're playing Pokemon Red, in which case it's red. Or if you're playing Pokemon Green, and then it's green. Raichu! The most adorable Pokemon. I guess Danish. It's a nice, slow, and easy stream where not much is happening. Trying to remember if this cave is even in second generation Pokemon. I think it isn't. I think this is one of many locations that is not squeezed into gold, silver, crystal. Which is fair. In a weird way, I think it works. Oh, I was thinking it'll only have electric attacks. Maybe I can fight. In a weird way, it works, I think, for gold and silver and crystal, that you return to your old, the previous game's locations, and they're smaller. Because it's like going back to places that you hadn't been since you were a child, and you're like, wow, it's so much bigger than I remember. No, what am I saying? It's so much smaller than I remember. Like, you visit an old school or something. Wow. What a useful ability, Rapidash. Funny enough, actual Monster Hunter game, Rapidash, Monster Hunter Tri Rapidash, don't do tail whips. It's all about headbutts. And I guess they do sort of a stomp, but mostly with the head. I would trust you. You could take this. You could take out this Dodrio. Yeah, Rage doesn't hit that hard. Especially if you can get it in one blast. Oh, alright. Calm down, Amaterasu. Crit is a little bit overzealous. We don't need to deal that much damage, come now. Well, I gotta say, I really appreciate reusable TMs and stuff in later games, because, in this game, it is quite frustrating to have to... Well, I guess it's like it's a tactical choice, but it is kind of annoying to only get one use of Earthquake and Dig when so many Pokemon could use it, who like aren't gonna learn it. Because I was thinking, like, Rapidash could fight for itself if it knew Dig. You know? But nope, no such luck. I guess, looking at Marowak, was it supposed to have, like, a skull on its head as a Marowak? I'm not the first person to ask this question. But if Cubone grows up with the skull of its mother on its head or whatever, the skull of a Marowak, then, like, what skull is the Marowak wearing? Is this like a hermit crab situation where they actually found some other Pokemon's skull to wear? Is it a Kangaskhan skull? What other Pokemon could that be? Has a head like that? Oh. I feel like first generation Pokemon was much more brutal. More recent games have gotten a little weird in some of the Pokédex descriptions and such, but... Oh, you know what? Let's try this. Nope, that was a bad idea. I'm sorry, Rapidash. I forgot what moves that a wild Venomoth would have. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Amy, you go. Oh, great. Wonderful. So, anyway. What was I talking about? Talking a load of nonsense? Actually, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some of the ghost Pokemon, like the new ghost Pokemon that they've added in the last 20-something years. Oh, hey, Rapidash. It's your big brother. Don't worry, I'm gonna get you out of there, buddy. I seem to remember reading some descriptions of more recent ghost Pokemon, and they rang true to how dark this game would get sometimes, too. Not that I can remember any. But I know there's that ghost that, it, like, is so terrified. It's almost like it's wearing a paper bag on its head. It's terrified of anybody seeing what it really looks like. Oh no, not Yubinahabra. But it wears a, like, sewn-together patchwork Pikachu costume to trick people. I think there was something in that Pokemon's description about... I don't know, about, like, it devours its enemies or something. It does, I don't know, it's, like, powerful enough to keep anybody who does see it, it does something terrible to them. It's that self-conscious. It's like not knowing what Diglett's feet look like. But exaggerated. Oh, Danish! Okay, Danish, you can do it. You can throw rocks. You're not confused enough to throw rocks? Yeah. You're a good boy, Danish. You're a good boy. I would pet you on the head, but you're covered in spikes. I think, thinking of Diglett, I think it's pretty obvious that Diglett just has, like, mole paws with claws on them. Because one of its moves is Scratch. Oh, come on, Amy, you could do it. Aw, I'm sorry, Amy, you can't do it. The heck? It's paralysis. Paralysis did me in. Nahabra might be able to kill... maybe Beatrix is a better choice? Or Danish? But Nahabra, I'm gonna give you another chance, buddy. Ooh, that didn't do much damage at all. I don't know if Bug resists Bug or not, but Nahabra is asleep. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Dang it! I always push through the, I push through the text boxes too quickly. That's my fault. Ah, this must be what it's like to play Temtem. Because none of your moves don't have accuracy, they never miss. Oh, come on. Why did it do so much damage when I didn't do that much damage? Does Nahabra really have that bad? Well, actually, there's a big level disparity, isn't there? Wow, Parasect. What a good idea, raising your special, your worst stat. Genius. Why would a Parasect even have growth? I don't think it learns a special move, does it? It doesn't learn, like... Maybe if it learned Solar Beam or something? You put a Pokemon to sleep and then Solar Beam it? Other than that, I don't think it learns anything. Oh, I'm sorry, Danish. You might be dead. Oh, Danish survived! Wow. Alright, Ranoplos got a level. I forgot to check when Ranoplos evolves. I want to say it's 42 for Rhyhorn. I should just have the Pokemon DB open so that I can check it. Weird, it's not auto-completing. Usually auto-completes on my other devices. Yay! Yep, level 42. Is just as I feared. The horror. What do I do about a Parasect? It doesn't know any grass moves, so Beatrix will be fine. Do I dare put Sun Kirin out? I don't think it has any fire moves. Oh, it has Ember. Wonderful. Now Beatrix will have to make it work. Come on, Beatrix, you're my strong. Oh. You're strong, but even you cannot resist the spores. Oops. Oh, Blizzard. I forgot. As long as it hits. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, wow. Beatrix's special is not very good if that's the kind of damage Blizzard is doing. Come on, hit it again. Yeah. I seem to remember reading that Blizzard has more accuracy in this game than later games that got nerfed. I think it has more accuracy and a higher chance of freezing. Anyway, I'm gonna keep doing my, to keep things interesting, I'm gonna keep doing this thing where I venture all the way into the cave as far as I can go. Because, it gets me to stronger Pokemon. Oh, actually, this will be the end of it, won't it? Oh, no, it's not. Going down here is where all the strong Pokemon seem to be. And... I don't know. It's more interesting than just walking left and right at the entrance. Electrode. Electrode might bring this to an early close if, No, Beatrix can hold out. Danish survived. But yeah, this dangled cave is really dangerous. Really dangerous, even if you beat the Elite Four like I have. Although I guess you're meant to have higher level Pokemon to beat the Elite Four. I don't know. Ditto. I may as well spend a turn so that we get a rock ground Pokemon to beat. Doop, boop, bo, 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 bo. Ah. So I don't know. I keep thinking about going back to the Elite Four in this. Oh man, that was no experience at all. If Renoplus wasn't so slow, I would just run away from a Ditto. It's not worth the fight. Maybe there are better Pokemon in the water, now that I think of it. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, Beatrix is a bad matchup, and so is Banahaba. Banahaba is a worse matchup. Beatrix will have to do. As long as we don't get Bono-Meranged, we'll be okay. But, yeah, I keep thinking about going back to the Elite Four, and I'd love to train up the red team as much as I can and figure out if it's even possible to do the Elite Four with them, because I feel like it might be. I might be able to squeak by. Plesioth will have to carry a lot of the team, though. Like, Plesioth will be doing a lot of... oh, Slash is gonna... yeah. No chance. Danish might go first, so let's see, actually. How about you take this Slash? Oops. Okay, never mind. We're gonna switch to Beatrix. Anyway. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, I did... I don't mean to keep doing that. I don't know why. No! I hit up! It didn't... Does up not actually go? Wait. Oh, up doesn't loop around. Man, it's a pet peeve of mine when... It's a pet peeve of mine when menus don't loop around, like directional... Menus that have a directional pad, like, don't loop around when you reach the edge. Oh, come on. This Parasect must have even... Oh, it has... That's why Parasect has growth, because it'll boost its... Because special is the combined, like, attack and defense stat. Okay, okay. So that's actually not a bad idea for a Parasect to have growth. Alright, but we have to go back already! Hooray! Man, thinking of thinking of the red team. I guess Plesioth can handle Lorelei and Bruno for the most part. And then who handles Agatha? I guess if Flutterby gets strong enough, it might be able to fight Agatha. And then Lance is the big problem. Is the big problem for the whole team. I guess Hypnoc would still have Sand Attack to deal with it. And maybe Najarala the Arbok could maybe do some sneaky poison strats. Dunno. And then the champion, I feel like the champion is kind of easier because you just have this mix. You have a mix of Pokemon to fight. In a weird way, that makes it easier because you can just kind of roll up with almost any team as long as it's varied and has high enough levels. I don't know. I still think in the same way I did when I was a kid playing this game, where type advantage is the only thing that mattered. As long as you got a type advantage, you'll blast them away in one hit. I don't know. Maybe I could do the whole red team. The sensible thing, if I wanted to bring the red team to fight the Elite Four, is I sub out somebody. I would sub out somebody for Beatrix. Probably Salamander would stay behind, and Beatrix would once again be my Dragon Slayer. But I don't know. That doesn't feel right. Feels like feels like I should be having somebody. Like I should have only the red team, because I had only the blue team facing the Elite Four. I don't know. But we'll see. If I can remember, I will... Oh man, I almost ran away. If I can remember, I will actually train my team off-stream and make things happen. But yeah. I am going to be on vacation in a couple of weeks, so maybe that'll be a good time for background training. It's the kind of vacation where it's not... Oh, Chansey! Chansey's great XP. If Renoplos can deal enough damage, let's see. I think Horn Attack is actually the strongest move. Okay, you might be able to do this, Renoplos. And you resist normal moves, so... Yeah. But anyway, my vacation is the kind of vacation where I'm like... I'm not going to be roaming around a lot. I'm like watching a house for somebody, but it's still a nice getaway, and I won't be at work, so if only to pass the time, I will probably do some of this. And after that big vacation, I'll come back and I'll be like, hey, look at all these Pokemon that are just primed and ready to evolve. No, it's weird. In a weird way, I realized that both of my weekly streams have devolved into just grinding out stuff in order to keep progressing. Like, for Pokemon, it's more obvious because it's leveling up Pokemon to evolve, but in Monster Hunter 2, I'm still just like slowly accumulating materials to make better equipment to fight better, bigger, stronger monsters. I don't know. Since there's not much going on, I'm half tempted to just switch over to Monster Hunter 2 at the midway of this stream. I don't know. Would that be wrong? Would that be a mistake? I think I'll stick with my convictions. And we'll switch to the easier to train Pokemon halfway through. Oh, I forgot it using Rage. It's not much more tank, though. Sorry, Marowak. Maybe you are a good Pokemon, but not in the wild. Not against Danish. Oh boy, actually, I need to take a quick break. Even before the middle of the stream. Ooh, glad I picked Danish, because Danish has the best resistance to that. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick little break. Actually, I'm gonna save for safety. Alright, quick little break. And then I'll be righto backo. Hoot sweet. Alright, I'm back. I was thinking about Mewtwo in this cave. It's pretty odd. That's a pretty messed up story, I guess, but pretty odd in that Mewtwo's just sitting down here in the cave. It was like a genetic experiment gone wrong. Mewtwo gets angry and breaks out of the mansion where they were studying it. Oh my gosh, why is it doing... Oh, it must be higher level. It breaks out of the Pokemon mansion from the scientists and, like... I don't know, it's just sitting down here in the cave sulking. Oh, hi, Boxors. Good to see you. Oh, Mewtwo's thinking too hard, it hurt its brain. Oh, that's right. Chansey did a minimize, I think. I don't know, but by that same token, every NPC in this game is just standing around waiting for you to interact with them. It's very, like, it's very classic video game design, where the player is in control of every interaction. Okay. Now, Hopper, this is what I got you for, buddy. But how you doing, Boxors? Here we go. Good. Oh boy, the stream is really delayed tonight, now that I look at it. But yeah, I don't know. It's an old, player agency has always been a weird thing. Oops. Alright. Oh, you had some chicken wings? That sounds nice. I guess I haven't eaten chicken in a long time, because I won't go on about it, because I think it's annoying to do so, but I've been a vegetarian for a few years. Oh, you're at a paper on player agency GameCube games from like 2008. Todd L. Harper. Okay, I'll have to remember that. Because like, traditionally, I guess like the earliest video games, you have like a mix. You have the games that are based on like sports, where anyone involved you have to have players, like human players. And then there were like, then you had games with like a little bit of random chance, like your Galagas and Space Invaders and stuff. And I guess you had puzzle games, which were also very player-driven. But yeah, like I think a lot of video games have always been player-driven, to the point where it's often a selling point when a game has like a living world of some kind that you're not directly interacting with. For whatever reason, the one that I think of off the top of my head, which I haven't even played, is I think it's Wing Commander Privateer. I think that's it. It's the game that the guy who is now doing Star Citizen was trying to make Privateer like this massive, complex universe with, economies and political power shifting like naturally on its own, and it got scaled way back because that was too crazy. But I don't know, like you think like a lot of video games they're only designed to interact with the player when the player is around. And that makes sense, because like if you had all of Skyrim active all the time, that would be too much processing power. You would need like a server, a bunch of server farms or something to get all of that to work. But instead you have stuff is only active when the player shows up, and more than that though, everybody always interacts directly with you, the player. So there's like this, there's a sort of heightened sense of importance when you're playing most games. Self-importance, I guess. I don't know. But I imagine a paper like that is probably online. I know I've heard of Todd L. Harper before, although I can't place where. I would not be surprised if he did a talk at GDC or something along those lines. I watch those every so often. Oh, he still does game research, maybe. Okay. We'll see. I mean, I'll look it up for one. I'm intrigued. Oh, here comes the demise again. Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's one really good way to make your game rewarding is to have a game that's entirely designed around the player interaction. Because I think one thing that does is it creates a more subtle power fantasy than the obvious ones, because you are the most important person in the game, really. Like, in a very literal sense. Like, in Pokemon, you don't have to even save the world or become the Pokemon champion. You're like an agent of everything that happens, right? Like, you're taking down Team Rocket, you're beating the gym leaders and they say, like, they're impressed when you beat them and stuff. I don't know, and I guess the game's still... Even the games that try to bend away from that with, like, big world-ending plots and stuff, you're still the active person who makes all this stuff work out. I don't know. Thoughts. Lots of thoughts. Now I'm thinking too hard. I'm gonna share Mewtwo's fate. I'm gonna have to run off into the bottom of the cave somewhere. I don't know. I think that's some reason why. Yeah, maybe we could be bros. Maybe Mewtwo can teach me how to float. That would be pretty cool. But I think to continue along the same train of thought, like any game that breaks the usual player agency, player dominance, doesn't have to do all that much to stand out. Like, I want to say, although it's a game I haven't played, I want to say BioShock is famous for that, or infamous for that, with the way that game ends is all about, like, it's like, haha, surprise, you didn't really have a choice of what to do unless you wanted to stop playing the game. And it's like, well, I guess so. I haven't played BioShock, so I don't know how effective that message is. It's been a long time since that game came out, too, so I imagine that it doesn't have the same punch that it used to. Like, even Spec Ops The Line has, I think, worn out. Its message has kind of worn out a little bit, too. I forget who it was. Somebody was making a video about... Oh, I can't remember. For the life of me, I can't remember the channel. But there's a channel that did two videos. A video on, like, war movies, and then a video on war games. And definitely, they brought up Spec Ops The Line, because it's... You know, it's impossible not to when you're talking on that subject. Oh, you still need to check it out? Yeah. I haven't played it, so I can't really say one way or another. It seems like it's certainly like it might have more impact if you don't know the twist going into it, and if you're more used to, like, good grief, Banahabra. I should have sent an Amaterasu. But I feel like Spec Ops is designed for, like, an audience who is used to military shooters and doesn't know what's coming. I don't know. Maybe even if you have a sense of what's coming, maybe it still works. I think one criticism that the video I was thinking of made of that game is that, like, you're still an active participant. Oh, excuse me. You're still an active participant in everything you do, and it's kind of... I don't know. I forget exactly what their argument was, now that I think about it, so I don't know. I can't get too far into a game I haven't... I shouldn't be talking much about a game I haven't played. That's the big takeaway. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Maybe Undertale is a better example. A better topic. That's a game I have played that I can think about, and where player agency is kind of the core. But, you know, and Undertale does it in a sneaky way where it's like... It feels harder to do a more, a Mercy run. To play with, like, only doing Mercy to everybody. I have to admit, the first time I played Undertale, I mercied every character, every battle. But I almost killed, Papyrus, because I thought that you had to, like, lower his health down to beat him or something. And it was only I wasn't paying attention to the attacks. That was part of the problem. Because it was only by pure luck that I avoided not to bring him down to 0. And I was like, oh, but, you know, that game was nice. Might require a trigger warning or two if you go down, like, the full true ending. But it's good. I did have a small advantage because I think I was watching, what was it? Oh my gosh, this tells you how old this was, how long ago this was. I learned about it through the it was either the Game Station podcast or maybe they had changed into, I think they were still Game Station, and they were talking. They kind of spoiled how you don't they confirmed rather that you don't have to kill anyone, which to be fair is on like the store page for that game has always said the RPG where you don't have to fight or whatever. And so I went in there knowing like, oh, I actually don't. I can, you know, bypass the game. And in a weird way it ends up being a power fantasy, I guess, because the game characters kind of push you to fight and to kill them, but you're being like, no, I'm not going to do it. And a lot of the dialogue will say, like, there's no other option, you have to. One of us has to die, and one of us will live. And it's like, no, I'm gonna break the rules. Except that it's still actually, you're not breaking the rules because the game is expecting you to do that. It's weird. It's weird. I guess the Stanley Parable is another game that plays with that idea, because, like, even if you break the game and go out of bounds, the game has accounted for that. Like, every possible thing you can do is within the scope of the game world, and there's, like, not really anything that you can do that's not planned for in some way, or that you couldn't plan for. Oh, it's neat. I love experiences like that. That break the mold of things a little bit. I guess that's a better way to put it is I love a game that could only be a game. Like, that the story could only be told as a video game and not something else. Like, I want to say Life is Strange is like that. Because you could make, like, a TV show or a movie that tells the story of Life is Strange, but it wouldn't really... You would have to, like, drop a lot of what that game is about in order to make that work. And what makes it work as a game is that you're invested because you're making decisions, and you're making decisions that will flare out. And you get, I don't know, even though it can be kind of cringy, it can be kind of cringe, it's also like, the characters are kind of endearing for that, I think. I also had the unique experience of only playing that game after all the episodes were out, so I didn't want to run away. Crap. I didn't have to suffer through, the torture that would have been some of those cliffhangers waiting for like a year or whatever. Probably more like half a year to get the next game. Oh, man. Amaterasu might go first. Okay, Amaterasu, you gotta do this. You gotta do this, Amaterasu. Yeah, and hit it. Yes, you did it. Okay, one more time. One more time. Oh, yeah. Oh, Amaterasu is awesome. The power of photography metaphors compels you. I don't know. But I love Life is Strange even with all of its shortcomings, because it stands out from a lot of other storytelling experiences. Which says a lot about how much I've been keeping up on games, because that game is like, it's gotta be like 10 years old by now? Or almost that long? It's as old as like Nitronic Rush. And it's like the middle of the Obama presidency was 10 years ago. Jeez. Such a long time. Such a long time. Oh, Danish, come on, Danish, you can do it. Yeah. It didn't even take all that convincing. Danish didn't need much convincing. Yeah. I like to think about video games. I may have said before, I forget, that I've wanted to make a game. Every so often I have ideas for a game and I'll start to make one. And I never really follow through. I don't know, there's something like, the execution always ends up being tricky. Something trips me up and I'm like, oh, I'll get back to it later, and then later ends up being, never. Because, you know, I'd love to make some games that are just simple fun things, or a game that, like, breaks the mold in some way. Oh my gosh. Nahabra is such a bad match for a Parasect. I don't know why I keep doing this. Nope. No, didn't stand a chance. Alright. I guess Amaterasu will get a free hit. But yeah. I was thinking, on the line, back in line with Pokemon, some of the technology on display is pretty mind-boggling, and I don't know that it ever gets really addressed. But you could put hundreds of Pokemon in a PC that you can access anywhere in the world. Anywhere that there's a Pokemon Center, you can access your Pokemon. Oh, no worries, Bakors. I was talking to myself. It's all good. But just when I'm getting back on the topic of Pokemon, it's like, it's mind-boggling that you can just store all, like, you can store all these Pokemon, like, in a PC and pull them out anywhere. Not to mention the Pokeballs, which are the more obvious one, I guess. And at least in the games, like, there's no element of having to take care of them. Oh, Renoplos is close. We're close to a level up. An evolution, I mean. I'm gonna save. No, I'm gonna save. There we go. Yeah, it makes you wonder about the materiality of Pokemon. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my theory, which I think I've said in previous streams, which is that all Pokemon are digital constructions by humans. Oh, and by extension, anything else. Anything else in the Pokemon world, I guess? Anything else could be this or that. I mean, I would say my theory regarding Pokemon is that the game admits that they are digital creatures, because you have people. Either that, or Pokemon is also a video game that exists in Pokemon, like the same way that Marvel comics exist within the Marvel universe. Because for sure, you have people trading Pokemon with their Game Boys in this very Pokemon game. So what does that mean? I take it to mean that Pokemon are digital monsters, saving the digital world. Pokemon are the champions. Oh, that's right. We want to fight a Rhyhorn-type Pokemon. It's like a Drosty effect. Or Droste? What does that mean? That's, I haven't heard of Droste before. Wow, Ditto got a lot of attacks. Well, fine. Oops. Like recursive images. Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like that, I mean, that's as good a term, if there isn't already a term for a piece of media existing in its own universe, then Droste effect sounds like a good start. A good way to talk about it. I'm trying to think of the only examples I guess the only like official example I can think of is the Marvel Comics one. Because I'm trying to think if that's ever... I guess, oh, maybe actually, well, there's one I can think of, but it's kind of a twist, and it's also not quite true. I don't know. I guess spoilers for... oh, it's in images. Yeah, usually just text within a text. Yeah. But do you hear text like the text itself within its own text? Because it's like, you know, it's different from like... What I'm talking about is different from Hamlet putting on a play, you know, to suss out whether his mother was in on the killing of his father, you know? Like a play about real events. Because I don't know, like there's another example. The example that I would think of is a video game spoiler, which I'm tempted to say it's clever, but it also takes place in a dumb game, and it's kind of executed in a dumb way. So maybe it's not as clever as it should be. I don't know. I guess. I won't say what it is, but I'll say what the video... I won't say what the spoiler is, but I can say that Danganronpa V3 does this same thing. And I'll leave it at that. Kind of a yikes game at the best of times, I will say. Yeah, I don't know. Because I wonder, there must be a movie. There must be multiple movies that do this as a twist, where, like, the events of the movie are a fictional story brought to life, or if not that, then, like, the character realizes that they're fiction. Oh, wait, there is... You know what? It's another comics thing. It might be Marvel again. There is a Marvel comic character, I think Marvel, who was such a D-list character that they handed it off to somebody who said, like, you can do anything you want with this guy. And what they did was they wrote a storyline. Oh, I'm sorry, Danish. At least all the experience will go to Renoplus. But they did a storyline where the character, I think it was Animal Man. I think Movie Bob did a video on this. Whatever you think of Movie Bob, at least like that video I seem to remember was pretty well done. Because it was Animal Man realize, like, he discovers that he's in a comic book, and he like visits the studio of the comic book writer, and like part of his backstory is that his wife was killed or whatever, and he like begs the comic book writer to bring his wife back to like write his wife alive again in the story. And by all accounts, it's like a very tragic, disturbing, and kind of moving story. But that's the sort of story I love to hear about, the sort of writing. Because you can go a lot of places with that sort of meta-narrative. I don't know, maybe, I guess meta. Meta is the word, maybe. That's the easiest one to pull up. Be like, the game got meta, broke the fourth wall sort of thing. I don't know. I heard that the Matrix reboot sequel boot remake thingamajig, whatever the Matrix thing that they did recently. I heard that has some kind of clever in-jokes about the movie itself being made, and because the movie is called The Matrix, they're able to say this such and such, you know, The Matrix is such and such, or this was happening, and they can kind of talk about the movie itself. But hey, Renoplus made it to 42. This is it. This is the big moment. Renoplus is evolving. What? How is this possible? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's getting smaller. Yay, we got him. 111. We're only going to see this number... Well, we're going to see this number for a while, I think. Oh boy, because I'm... Oh wait, nope, that's not right. 111, there we go. Ignore the mistaken number there. Wow, that really took half the stream to do. Okay. I'll read the Dex entry and then we'll take the midstream break. Much well-deserved midstream break. Where's it at? There it is. Right on. Rhinon, the drill Pokemon. Protected by an armor-like hide, it is capable of living in molten lava of 3,600 degrees. Celsius? Fahrenheit? You might think that it doesn't matter so much when the number is so high, but I think it does. It matters more. Because Celsius would be a lot hotter than Fahrenheit. It would be almost twice as hot. Well, anyway. It doesn't matter. It's Pokemon. Rhydon is so resistant to fire it can survive in molten lava. Maybe it should be a Monster Hunter monster. It could survive in the volcanoes. Alright, time for the break. I'll be back in a short time, and we'll switch to Pokemon that are easier to evolve, maybe. If I still have any left. bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna look for my Abra, because I feel like that's a good one that doesn't take long to level up. It'll be a good one to start with. So... Actually, we can probably deposit here. Yeah. Thanks, Roxors. Now I just have to find... Randy. The amazing Randy. Good old... The late, great James Randy. There it is. Wow, I only have to go 6 levels, huh? Okay, let's get 2. Or, you know what? We'll start with James Randy. We'll start with James Randy, and, Sun Kirin will follow up. That's, Ponyta. And, Ponyta evolves at level 40, which is not great, but... Yeah, James Randy was a boss. Yeah, we're on the same page, Boxors. Come to think of it, naming an Abra James Randy feels a little bit, like, backwards, but whatever. It was the first thought that came to my mind. Oh, you know why? Because of, Yuri Geller and the spoon bending. I think, so never mind. I'm gonna stand by my choice of name, because I think it fits. Randy going, there's that, he called ahead to the Johnny Carson show when Geller was going to appear on Carson. It was like, hey, have some of your people prepare some silverware, and like don't let Yuri or any of his folks touch him, and see if he can, wink, see if he can still do his trick. And Geller was like really awkward and being like, oh, I don't feel strong tonight. Like, yeah, sure you do, buddy. Sure you don't. Because the thing is, I could sympathize if a guy like Geller really believed that he could bend spoons or whatever and do psychic stuff. If you really believed it, like, he would have tried. He would have tried, and maybe he would have come up with some excuse or, like, floundered. But it's so obvious that he was just a phony. Right there, then and there. It's a really clever test. But yeah, there's still good folks out there doing. Maybe they're not as high profile as Randy was, but they're still doing their due diligence, investigating these things. All right, dang. I don't know why Parasect has been giving me so much trouble. I don't know. But these days, I can't think of Randy without thinking of one of my favorite podcasts, Oh No, Ross and Carrie, where, because I think Carrie herself worked for Randy for a while, and both of them take after the philosophy of being critical, but also giving people a fair chance at whatever strange claims they have. And I think their podcast is really fun. Oh, come on, Danish. With the power of Ross and Carrie! Yeah, oh, it works! I was expecting that to fail. Alright. Critical scientific testing wins the day! But yeah, their podcasts are fun. They did, they, like, investigate all sorts of weird things. Like, they did it took a long time to get there, because it's, legal troubles and such can come from it, but they did, like, a 10-part series on, Scientology. It might be longer than 10 parts, actually. But I don't know. One of my favorite podcasts, slowly... much to my chagrin, I have not been keeping up, so there's a big backlog I need to listen to. Probably while I'm working. Hey, and with that, Randy has reached level 16. What? Randy, who's just like this cute little guy who can teleport? It's opening its eyes. I bring with me a spoon. Radio and confusion. Wonderful. Okay, let's get that number. Let's get the number going. I really need to... There we go. I need to just have that window in focus so that I don't have to switch monitor to see it. Where is Abra anyway? It's not far down the list, I don't think. Or maybe it is. Oh, here we go. Kadabra. Kadabra, the Psy Pokemon. It emits special alpha waves from its body that induce headaches just by being close by. Oh my god. Now all I can think of is, Carrie from that podcast famously suffers the occasional migraine, and so that's often when they do medical investigations of like supposed cure-alls and stuff. Like the migraine, the chronic migraines will come up and it'll be like, you know, they'll ask the people selling this stuff like, oh, do you think it'll cure migraines? And then if it sure enough it has not. I don't think they found anything so far that actually relieves the migraines. Anything beyond like normal medication or therapy. Okay, Bnohabra, you can resist a Psybeam. I know you can. I believe it. Oh, you did. You resisted one. Just one. Now let's do enough damage to knock... Okay. Bnohabra can fight one Kadabra... Almost. Good grief. I don't know. Anywho... These days I don't listen to podcasts very often. I think that's why I built up a backlog, because before pandemic times, I would listen to podcasts on the subway going to work, and I would listen when I was at work at the computer, because it was just better than having nothing. But since then I've been working from home, and we're going to like continue working from home forever, at least at my job. So I'm like, I could be watching a YouTube video. I'll be honest, I'll play video games sometimes because there's a lot of downtime. Some of my time I'll spend editing the highlight videos of this stuff. And so I don't listen to podcasts very much anymore. And I really want to. I want to because it's nice to like... I think there's a nice advantage to media that is like less stimulating. Like a purely audio medium, and you don't have to have something that's also visually stimulating at the same time. Like, I feel like I don't give music as much time as I should as well. Along those same lines. Because it's really nice to just, like, lie down and listen to some nice music. Just somewhere comfortable. Oh, I just realized Beatrix has a nice 200. A nice, pretty HP number. Doesn't happen very much. Doesn't happen very much in Pokemon. I want to say Plesioth ended up with like 100 or something. One of the Pokemon on the red team had like 100. Oh my gosh, red team, blue team. It's Rooster Teeth all over again. I'll be stuck in that canyon forever. I haven't thought about that show in a long time. Very scrappy. I have a feeling it doesn't hold up all that well. But who knows? I know there were earlier times. There were earlier like internet times than that, but to me that was around the early time of the internet. It was my earlier experience of it. It was like that and like Newgrounds cartoons. Like pre-YouTube internet was quite something. Very messy and more virusy than modern internet. Oh wait, I didn't want Amaterasu. What am I doing? I forgot because I had Beatrix was in the last slot before. All right, Amy, you can do it. Oh, come on. No, don't get poisoned. Oh, of course you got poisoned. Come on, you can hit it. All right. Because luckily ground doesn't resist fire, so it works. I forgot that Sandslash learns Swift. Holy crap. Come on, you can do it. Oof. Close one. Alright, I think that was Sun Kirin's first level. That's great. Man, I don't want to spend an antidote, but Beatrix is at full health, so I think we're gonna stick around. We're gonna stick around and keep training. Of course, here we are running circles around Mewtwo. I was thinking before, it's almost like a somehow sadder version of Frankenstein, where like the creature has escaped, it has, you know, left into the real world, but all it can think to do is just go sulk in a cave somewhere. I guess the Pokemon movie is a little different than that. But like, you know, presumably this Mewtwo didn't like learn how to talk or anything. Not like Frankenstein's creation. Oh my gosh. Wait. I just realized that oh no, a Ditto turned into a Ponyta. What am I talking about? I was like, wait, why is there a Ponyta in the cave? Okay. So in 2 encounters, Beatrix lost almost all of her health. I think it's time to return. And maybe I can bring out another strong contender to fill out the team, I think. We can get, who do we get? Randy's job is done for now. Gosh. I wish I could reorganize Pokemon into boxes where I'd remember where they are, like all of the stone evolutions go in one box and all of the trait evolutions go in another box and so on, but it's such a hassle, I don't think I'm going to do it. Let's see, we got Frog. Gooseberry is not a core team member, even though they're high level. Oh right, Box 8. I think Box 8 has the Pokemon Red team members, so that they can just hang out together. I guess Mudge. Or that's some of them. Not sure all is in there, in that other box for some reason. Anyway. Right, we got 112. We're all set to go, I think. Yeah. We'll see if Mudge is useful for any of the Pokemon we run into. Or I wonder, maybe Mewtwo is more like the aftermath of Frankenstein. Like, after the story has concluded, and the creature doesn't have anything left to do. Because I don't know, I think in the book it just disappears, and we don't know what happened to it. Sure enough. Sure enough, all of the slow training has brought me back around to literature talk. And I can't say I have much to say. Oh no, Hypno's gonna poison. Hypno's gonna poison. Oh, nope, it did Psychic, which might be worse. Oh no, it's not that bad. Oh, it did poison anyway. Alright. Leech Life will do very little... Actually, it does a lot more than I thought. Okay, Mudge, come on. Oh, I should have done Spore. What am I doing? Let's do Spore now. Aw, you wasted your turn, Hypno. I think as long as Mudge can survive a single hit, Spore ends up making it much more powerful than it would otherwise be. Gosh, look at all that damage Mudge was doing. If only Mudge had like a better bug move like Twin Needle. Because it has 118 attack. Which is like only marginal. It's 1 point better than Nahabra and it's lower level. I never really realized that. Mudge... I guess a Parasect just has a better attack stat than a Beedrill does? Weird. Also, as far as I can tell, there aren't any Pokemon in the water here. It's weird. Like, I haven't run into any. Yeah. Weird Pokemon stuff with Mewtwo. Going on with Mewtwo. I wonder, we could get into, like, fan... It's very easy to get into, like, fan theory territory with this stuff. Because I was thinking, I wonder, like, is the guy who revives fossils into Pokemon, is he one of the original people that was working on the Mewtwo project? And it's like, I don't know. Just because it's a scientist on Cinnabar Island, it doesn't have to be so. No, something... I guess fan theories irk me in that way, where it's like... these very thin strands to connect together things that aren't necessarily the case, but are taken to be... I don't know, like, one of my biggest pet peeves is, like, is a Star Wars thing, the Kessel line run from... or the Kessel Run line from the first Star Wars. Because it's supposed to be, like... At least according to the script, it's supposed to be a line where Han doesn't know what he's talking about. Very obviously doesn't know what he's talking about, because he says parsecs as if it's a time, a unit of time. And Alec Guinness is supposed to, you know, kind of roll his eyes, and he, like, leans back like, okay, maybe I picked a bad choice of pilot to get us off this planet. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. But then the fans bent over backwards to make sense of it, because it was a line that a character said that was not immediately shot down in dialogue. I don't know, it kind of irks me. Like that, the more convoluted interpretation and not Han Solo is an idiot is like, it bugs me. It's just a little personal pet peeve, I think. I guess, like, in a lesser sense, but along the same lines, like, multiple people throughout that series say that the Falcon is the fastest ship in the galaxy, and it's like, I mean, they're gonna say that because it's... Han is gonna say that because it's his ship. You know, Lando's gonna say that because he's very proud. He's very vain. Oh, nope, Danish didn't survive that time. you know, it's like these people are talking about like their... It's like somebody talking about their hot rod and being like, it's the fastest thing in the world. But people like to take that for granted. They take it for on surface value. Oh, I could have sent out... Oh, whatever. I could have sent out Mudge to fight a Marowak, I think. Oh well. Beatrix will do. Boy, son Kirin, how much more do you need, buddy? Probably like a few more fights to get 1 level. But if I remember correctly, I guess I've lied a little bit in that I've gone back to having leveled up 1 easier Pokemon, I've gone straight back to a more difficult one. But once we get a Rapidash, like that's like the last really high level Pokemon that I can think of. I think anything else evolves at lower than 40. It's all like 38, 36, 35. Oh boy, Mudge. I forgot that I need to do Spore with you. You need to use Spore when we fight. It doesn't really matter, as long as Sandslash doesn't knock it out in 1 hit. Okay, there we go. Wow, Mudge, you almost didn't make it, and I'm sorry. That was my fault. Ooh. Righto, righto. Actually, I'm gonna look real quickly at the original artwork for Raichu, because, like, I gotta wonder how much like this does it look. I know later Raichu designs were a lot more skinny. And to be fair, still very cute. Yeah, actually, Sugimori's early artwork is a little rounder, a little more rotund, but it's not nearly as chubby as this one, as this sprite in this game. I said it before and I'll say it again, Tubby Raichu is the best Raichu! Right on is the haters. Get out of here, right on. Yeah, thanks, Boxers. Okay, what am I doing? I'm gonna save because we got a level. That's what I'm doing. Play repeat. This music is starting to make me feel a little crazy, if I'm being honest. Dang, there's not really a good place for Sun Kirin to fight on its own, so I think we have to stick around here. If we were training a Pokemon that knew water or maybe electric moves, then I could either go, I could go to the Pokemon Mansion or the water around like Cinnabar, respectively. But there's not really a good option otherwise. Okay, Mudge, why don't you try this time again? Oh, you should survive a rage. Yeah, here we go. Oh my gosh, Mudge is one of the slowest Pokemon in the game, so I'm surprised that it's faster than a Marowak. What? It woke up right away. The heck, Marowak? How did it attack it? Wait, did I not do Spore? Okay. No, I did Spore, and then it takes another turn. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I understand what happened. I wasn't crazy about the name Sun Kirin, but now, the more that I say it, and the more that I see it, it's grown on me. I think I like it as a Ponyta Rapidash name. Okay, I think Mudge is going to be my Marowak fighter. Until it inevitably gets knocked out in a single hit. Oh, hey, look at that. It pays to have a grass type on your team. Whoa, that was a crit. Once again, Mudge. We don't mess with Mudge. Mudge demonstrates that it is, in fact, the destroyer of worlds. The all-consuming Mudge. Okay, yeah, this is a lot of... Okay, I'm gonna guess that it's something like, on average, 6 battles per level for Kirin, so... That's gonna be like 30. We have to do about 30 more battles to get a Rapidash. Maybe I'll be able to do that many tonight, but maybe not. Just have to wait and see. The big limiting factor is I have to keep going back to the center. But anyway, we got Tubby Raichu! We got Tubby Raichu again. You know what? Now that I look at it, and based on the original Sugimori art, it almost looks like they took the original art and, like, squashed it vertically. They, like, squashed it vertically until it was a square image, and then they traced it in pixels. But that said, it's pretty good pixel art, I gotta be honest. Especially in the context of this game, but I would generally stand behind Raichu's pixel art as being very well done. The shading is good, it's got decent perspective, it's well done. Like Rhydon over here, also well done. You know, now that I think of it, maybe some Pokemon look better because they had more time to do their sprites for this game, like Blue in particular. Like maybe some Pokemon like Rhydon were done first. Oh, look at that. The strong get stronger. It would certainly make sense if that were the case. Although I gotta wonder why they redid all of the sprites for Pokemon for the international release. Because, they didn't change any of the back sprites. So, like, actually, you can see it with Ponyta. Ponyta's enemy sprite looks very different from the back sprite here, you know? Like, if you looked at the original Japanese sprite for Ponyta, I think the similarity to this back sprite was more obvious. Weird decisions. Very weird decisions. Boy, Ditto. I should try running away from the next Ditto, because it's not worth the time. Yeah, you'd believe that? Yeah, the sort of running out of time to draw the sprites. I think it's got to be either that, or maybe the only other explanation I can think of is that they had multiple different artists. Different artists of different skill levels, and like some of them just like hadn't done sprite work like this before. Because I swear some of the worst sprites in these games look like somebody just, you know, like shrank down one of the watercolors and then tried to make adjustments to it per pixel, like tried to sort of fit it in pixels. Oh boy, I think Beatrix is going to get knocked out here, but some Kirin will get all the experience. Oh, of course. I swear every time I've run into an Electrode, its second turn is always a self-destruct or explosion, which seems unlikely. from a statistical standpoint. Like, oh no, wait, you know what? No, it is exactly likely. What am I talking about? I'm getting very normal odds with these Pokemon, with the electrodes, so never mind. Yeah, like, some Pokemon, like the Sandslash doesn't really look on model. Its eyes are a little bit off. It's like, I guess it's mostly on model, but it's something that its eyes look a little weird. I don't know. And I think you can't see it now, but the Parasect front sprite looks pretty on point. And, oh, why did Leech Life do nothing? Okay, Double Edge. And we're gonna lose to some Fury Swipes. I don't know, sprite work is difficult. I've tried to like adjust sprites, or to like make sprites from bigger art and stuff before. And man, especially when you limit how many colors you can use, it's really involved. Like that shading, is that it's not dithering, hatching, I guess? Where they like, you kind of get X patterns to get sort of a fake shade in between the two colors that you actually have. Like you see on Rhydon's left knee has this, sort of, special kind of shading. I think it's not called dithering, but I forget what it is called. Let's hope 2 Mega Drains are enough. They might be, because it's 4 times. Ooh, it is. It is absolutely enough. But I have to use one, because none of the other attacks will do. Alright, back to the center. Unless Banahabra could handle a Pokemon, but I think it can't. I thought a lot about trying to figure out a ROM hack and like mix together the like international sprites and the Japanese ones and find a mix. Like pick the best sprite for each Pokemon that I like. And I think in the end, when I was looking over sprite sheets, I kind of prefer the Japanese ones just as a whole. Maybe the only exception is like Charizard looks better in the international one, but I think I want to say every other one I liked better. Even the like creepy kind of pre-born Mew sprite I like better. Although I say that, but I don't remember what the Mew sprite looks like in this game, because it's the one, it's literally the rarest Pokemon that you could get. I want to say it looks very on model, like you would expect. But I don't remember. Don't worry, son Kirin, one day you too will be a magnificent fire Pokemon like Amaterasu. Oh, I didn't realize, so Amaterasu is the sun god. In Monster Hunter, Kirin is kind of grouped together with the Elder Dragons, which are almost godlike monsters, and Kirin in particular is almost like the guardian of the woods, or like the god of the forest. Almost like I think of it being similar to the god of the forest from Princess Mononoke, the big like antlered creature. So in a weird way, I've like accidentally made a perfect reference out of both of the like magical fire Pokemon. Magical in the sense of like are mythical, I guess. Kind of mythical creature fire Pokemon. Because you know, Arcanine is just a dog that's on fire. You know, Rapidash is a unicorn that's on fire. which is like maybe the most metal, maybe it's the most baby metal thing that you could have that I've said today. Yeah, a great big wolf on fire is like regular metal. Hey, level 37. Sometimes I wonder about where these Pokemon designs come from, because some of them are straight up references to myth and legend. Like I think Golduck is designed after a type of sea creature that will like steal children. It'll like come out of the ocean and steal children away. So kind of a metaphor for strong tidal waters, which, you know, is a problem in Japan. Being an island country, being an island landmass, you gotta, you know, keep an eye on your kids when you're out at the beach because they could get pulled away by the water. And it's, I want to say it's the Kamek. I think that's what it's called. The Kamek is the like duck-billed leopard watery monster that steals children. But you know, it's like such a common thing to have like myths that are cautionary tales for adults as well as children. Or I don't know, I guess maybe the comic is also a warning for children to not go by themselves to the water. I don't know. Yeah. It's, I've seen... I will say, if you end up looking up whatever it's actually called, because I can't remember for the life of me, this mythical creature, if you do look it up, from illustrations that I've seen are more creepy looking and probably gruesome than a Golduck, which is very... Golduck is much more child-friendly and cute. I don't know where Wigglytuff comes from, though. Wigglytuff is like a Hypnotoad or something. You can't stare into its eyes for too long. Oh, wait, Mudge. I'm a fool. I should have sent Mudge. Well, Amaterasu can use confusion to temper the Wigglytuff's power. Oh, well, it didn't really do that much. Dang it. But you know, Ninetales is like, the nine-tailed fox is like a thing. I forget what it's called, but they're like, the nine-tailed fox is a Japanese legend of some kind. Like, it's not just a Naruto thing, it's like it's an actual story of some kind. But I guess it makes you wonder, like, if you were to make a Pokemon game using that philosophy in, like, but from, like, European legends, I wonder what creatures would you get? I guess you'd still get, like, a phoenix. You would get a phoenix like the, Moltres, but maybe with a different name. You would probably get a lot of chimeras and other, like, combinations of different animals. Like griffins and stuff. I'm trying to think. I think ancient Greek legends have a lot of... Like, Mediterranean folklore has a lot of, like, two animals combined together, or, like, weird legends about creatures. I mean, now that I say that, I'm remembering that one of the starter Pokemon, Charmander, is based entirely on an ancient Greek myth. I think it was Aristotle wrote that salamanders can generate intense heat in their bodies, and it's like almost enough to burn you if you touch them. And it's like, no, they just sit in the sun. But he still wrote that like he believed it. And that was, that's why Charmander is called Charmander. Why it's play on Salamander. I don't, I should say, like, that's why it's called that, but I don't know that the Pokemon creators came up with it from Aristotle. So, I should back that up a little bit. Or, I should roll that back a little. I don't know, I'm trying to think of other stuff. I guess Beedrill and Caterpie are more obvious ones. Like, there's a Caterpillar. There's a very common Caterpillar in Japan that just straight up looks like a Caterpie looks. And the same with, like, there's a variety of Japanese Hornet that does look like a Beedrill. Without the drills for hands. Oof. Big oofs coming from Marowak right now. Actually, I think it might be the same Hornet that people are calling the, like, Death Hornets. Or the ones that are invasive species killing, like, beehives. Oh, Mudge is gonna learn Growth. Nah, it's not worth it. Because I remember seeing a video about the Japanese Hornet and Japanese bees, where the bees in Japan have learned to deal with these Hornets by they like kind of pile onto the Hornet and like overheat it. They give it heat stroke to death, which is again another brutal thing that is vaguely related to Pokemon. It's a very metal way to kill a creature that's invading your home. But something like that. I think some of the bees actually die in the process, too. I don't remember. There's like a BBC video or something that talks about it on YouTube somewhere. But, it's the Animal Kingdom. The Animal Kingdom is cruel and brutal. And sometimes beautiful, but mostly cruel. The beautiful things are also brutal. They're brutalful. Nope. Beatrix. Uh-huh. I gotta wonder where... Thinking about other Pokemon designs, I gotta wonder where Bulbasaur comes from, because that's such a weird idea. Like, supposedly Bulbasaur is a frog, but it's got, like, a plant on its back. It's got a bulb, like a flower that's not yet bloomed, a flower bud on its back. And, like, where does that come from? Well, I keep forgetting to switch to Mudge for Rhydons. I should be switching to Mudge. Because Mudge will be critical for all of the legendaries that I have yet to catch. It'd be good to have a higher level Mudge for that. Well, anywho... If only Sun Kirin had that later game Ponyta move where it leaps in the air for one turn and like hangs around in the air. That would be a great way to avoid getting blown up. Oh, we've only got one more level to go. Fire Spin. It's okay in this game. Sure, why not? It's better than Growl. I'll tell you that much. Alright, Danish. Danish, you got knocked out so that Sun Kirin could grow. Speaking of which, how much further do we need to go? Like 4,000? Oh, a little less than 4,000. Okay. Okay, so I guess that's like 6 or 7 more battles. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to get another one of the more difficult level up evolutions in the form of Rapidash. who I'm not. We'll see what Rapidash's sprite looks like, but from what I remember, it's not bad, but it's also not my favorite. I want to say that the green, like the Japanese Rapidash sprite, looks cooler. But I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm going to look it up, actually. Rapidash green sprite. Okay, and we're gonna Mega Drain. Oh, I think it's pulling up Leaf Green. Which, I gotta admit, Leaf Green looks pretty cool. That's weird. Oh, right. Oh, well. I can't find it easily enough while also playing the game, so never mind. Never mind. Right, Beatrix. Beatrix can resist the inevitable explosion. It didn't even do that much, wow. I think it did less than it did to Danish, unless Danish took a crit. It might have been a crit that knocked out Danish. Oh well. You know what, Mudge? I think Mudge can even skip using Spore on a Rhydon, because Mudge... Mega Drain does so much, does like 4 times damage. Right? I could have used it. Yeah, Spore would have been a good idea, I guess. Stop. Come on, stop. Okay, 3 times. Hey. Well, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Even if the stream, I'll go a little bit over time just to make sure that Rapidash evolves. But look at Ditto. Look at that happy little Ditto. Ditto is a good-looking sprite. Although, something about the highlights and shadows make it look like... Oh, you know what? I should run. There we go. Something about the highlights and shadows make it look like it's translucent, which I don't remember if it's supposed to be. If it is supposed to be, then that's very well done. It's very well done, highlights and shadows. Right. Mudge. I keep forgetting, Mudge actually resists ground moves, so it's super good for a Marowak fight. Thrash maybe will do a lot of damage, though. Spore time! Taste my delicious... Oh, it woke up right away. Taste my malicious, delicious mold spores. Mushroom spores. I guess it's mushrooms, not mold. It's like all of that, like all of the, like poppy dust that got kicked up in the Wizard of Oz. It's funny, for the longest time I never realized that, like, that field of flowers was supposed to be poppies, and that's why it made them all fall asleep, because I think the Wizard of Oz was written at a time when people still didn't really understand how dangerous opium was. It was a muscle relaxant and pain relief thing. But yeah, I mean, it still works. Ironically, because it's the Wicked Witch of the West who's invoking it, it still works in that context anyway, because it's still an evil... It's even like a worse act now that we know better. And you know, if you're a kid, it's just magic, and it doesn't matter. It's, The Wizard of Oz, like, holds up way better than it has any right to as a movie. Maybe the one thing that doesn't really work anymore is Munchkin Town, Munchkin Land. Because, like, it just continues this, very unfortunate tradition of treating little people as if they're like magical or, you know, unusual. It's othering, more othering in old movies. But you know, it ain't like, it ain't no, what's it called? It ain't no, it ain't no Gone with the Wind, that's for sure. Gone with the Wind can, like, rot in obscurity for all I care. That movie is... Sun Kirin! Sacrifice offensive media to the sun god. This is now your god. The Wizard of Oz is on thin ice, but for now it gets a pass. Alright, here we go. That's a good end to the stream, I think. We got Rapidash, which is one of the more annoying ones to get. Here we go. Oh yeah, and I got Slowbro already, which is another annoying one. Rapidash, the Fire Horse Pokemon. Very competitive, this Pokemon will chase anything that moves fast in the hopes of racing it. I said that weird. It'll chase anything that moves fast in the hopes of chase, you know, quickly. You could fit the word quickly in there. Come on. Get a proofreader into this game. Anyway. Yeah, so Rapidash looks pretty good, this sprite. What bugs me is that the bottom of its torso and the top of it are straight lines, so it looks like its body is a tube. Oh, this is what reading Stein is like? Gertrude Stein? Gotcha. I got the impression, I did look up Gertrude Stein, like, briefly on Wikipedia to get, like, an idea of something about her writing. She's a compelling character, to say the least. And, if I were... I should, by all means, read up more on well-known authors like her. But I think the next stream will be much more smooth, because we just have, like... We have much easier Pokemon to level up now. Okay, I'm not going to go into the PC right now, but let's take a brief overview of what we have left in the decks, and I'll update the number too. Did that work? That should work. It'll propagate in a second. Okay, Raichu is a stone evolution. Nice and easy. Clefairy and Jigglypuff are also stones, although I have to find... I think I'm short one Moonstone. I have to go looking for Moonstones because I'm short. Dugtrio is like level 28, I think. That's not too bad. I forget what Meowth's evolution is not very high level. Psyduck might take a while. I think Psyduck is like level 36 or something. Growlithe is a stone. Poliwhirl is a trade. I think Kadabra's a trade. Machoke is a trade. We gotta level up to Machoke, but I want to say Machoke is 18, so that's not bad either. Tentacool, 22, I want to say. It's in the 20s somewhere. That's not terrible. Graveler, I think, is also 18, and then it's a trade. I don't remember when Magnetite evolves, but I want to say it's before level 30. Then Doduo. Oh, Doduo to Dodrio takes a little while. I forget exactly what it is, but it's not short. Yeah, these ones, from 84 through 90, it might take a little while. Ghastly evolves pretty quick. I think it's 20. Level 20 to get a Haunter. Drowsy might take a little while. Then Krabby to Kingler. Yeah, for the rest of these, I don't know what the evolution is. I think you can use a Leaf Stone on Execute, maybe? Coughing to Wheezing is also not great. Oh, you know what? Wheezing, I think, is level 44. So, if that's the case, then I was wrong, and we have another Slowpoke to level up, in a sense. Cedar and Seaking and Starmie, they take a little bit of time, don't they? And then, what's 137? Wait, Ammonite to Amistar, Kabuto to Kabutops, but what's this one? Am I missing a Pokemon, like an obvious one? because I got Snorlax is like way up here somewhere, right? I think I caught both Snorlaxes. So actually, I don't know which one this one is. But then after oh no, Snorlax is down here. There's Snorlax. We got our dragons. 3 legendaries go in here. I'm really confused by this empty space. Because it means I have to catch something that I haven't caught yet. But I think I've caught a Ditto. Yeah, there's Ditto. We're given a Lapras. Gee, I don't know. We got all of these, like, Mr. Mime, Scyther, Jinx, Electabuzz, Magmar, Pinsir, Tauros. All those Pokemon that, like, don't evolve from anything. Yeah, Aerodactyl is down here. Gee, what's number 137? I mean, I kind of don't want to look it up, but I think I will. Wait. Maybe I can sort... Oh, wait. Okay. Maybe I can source it out. Maybe I can suss it out. Because it'll be a Pokemon that you don't fight. It'll be a Pokemon I've never seen. Oh. A Pokemon I've never seen in the wild. I haven't fought anybody who owns one. This is Porygon. Alright. Porygon, I think Porygon is going to be a ways off still, but, you know, probably I'll do the trait evolutions first. So anyway, I'll save again, for safety's sake. And, thank y'all. Next Monday is more Pokemon Blue. I guess I'll start with Coughing, because if I'm, and I'll actually look and figure out what other Pokemon take forever to evolve. Coughing, I think, will be first, because that'll be really annoying. There's not going to be a good Pokemon. It's going to be like these other ones, where I just have to switch it out every time to get any experience. And then we'll level them up. Or sorry, not Monday. Thursday. Next Thursday is more Pokemon Blue. Monday is Monster Hunter 2. I'm going to fight a Kazoo, which will be probably... I'm gonna wager that I do really well against the Kazoo, and it's not a problem. Because if it is, then it'll be funnier that way. So, thank you all for joining me. That's all for tonight. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.